Top 10 Biggest Bug Bounties Ever Won. For most of us, a bug on a website is an inconvenience. But for talented hackers, they are an opportunity to make serious money. White hat hackers use their powers for good instead of evil. They test vulnerabilities and flaws in websites. But it's not out of charity. The biggest companies in the world pay out millions of dollars a year to these hackers. So what are the 10 biggest bug bounties payouts of all time? Stay tuned to find out. But first, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications on so that you never miss a video. Number 10. Chump change. Sometimes it doesn't pay to be first. Early hackers looking for bug bounties couldn't imagine making a living from it. And a good example was Netscape's program. If you are too young to remember, Netscape was an internet browser in the 1990s that ended up losing a battle to Internet Explorer. But back in its heyday in 1995, the company was one of the first to offer a reward for finding security vulnerabilities. They never publicly revealed the amount of money that prize winners earned, but based on the average payout at the time, it was likely between $50 to $250. Number 9. An open book. If you are one of more than 1.5 billion users on Facebook, then you can thank a Brazilian named Reginaldo Silva for keeping you safe. In 2013, Silva found some issues with Facebook's authentication system that would have allowed hackers to see the private information and files of millions of Facebook users. For helping out the social media giant, Silva was given a cool $33,500. And that was just one of many bounties that Facebook offered. In 2014, Facebook paid out more than $1 million to ethical hackers. Number 8. Nobody's safe. You'd think that the US Department of Defense has impenetrable security. After all, it's their job to protect the country. But it turns out that even they solve all their own security problems by themselves. And you know what they say? The best defense is a good attack. That's why in 2016, they dedicated a whole month for hackers to attack their system and find vulnerabilities. Hackers from all over the world punched into the Department of Defense website to try and help them find loopholes. And by the end of the month, more than 100 vulnerabilities were found, which earned hackers $150,000. When they ran the contest again 2 years later, they paid out $500,000. It just goes to show that every website needs help with security, even the biggest military organization in the world. Number 7. Phoning in. Google is the biggest technology company in the world. Everybody knows about their famous search engine. But they also work in software, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing, among other things. All of that means that they have a lot of information to protect. That's why last year, Google rewarded security researchers with $8.7 million. Sure, it was split between almost 700 researchers, but individual hackers walked away with a decent chunk of change themselves. The highest on the list was a $157,000 sum awarded to a researcher who found problems in the Android operating system. And with around 2.5 billion users of Android in the world, we can see why it's important. Number 6. Extracurricular activity. 10 years ago, there was a lot less money floating around for white hat hackers. Bitcoin had only been around for a few years, and our lives were not as integrated with the online world as they are now. But there were still some big players in technology willing to reward security researchers. The most recognizable was Microsoft, which paid a PhD student $200,000 in 2012 for the exploitation of memory safety vulnerabilities. Vasilis Pappas won the Microsoft Blue Hat Prize and made a name for himself while he was still in university. Plus, Microsoft allowed him to keep the intellectual property rights for the technology he developed, called K-Bouncer, meaning that he can go on to use it in other projects. Number 5. Teen sensation. When you are 19, most of us are still trying to figure out what we want to do in our lives. We are either studying or slowly working our way up in the world. But for some, they are already masters of their craft. Take Argentinian Santiago Lopez, for example. He is known by the alias @try_to_hack and is already considered one of the best hackers in the business. In 2019, his skills paid off. He became the first hacker to earn $1 million from bug bounties. Unlike the others on this list, it wasn't in one prize, but $1 million at the age of 19 is nothing to complain about. Number 4. Mile High Club. All of the other prizes on the list have been cold hard cash, but other rewards have been just as appealing. How does a healthy supply of free plane rides sound? Well, that's what was on offer when United Airlines were looking for cracks in their cybersecurity. Airline companies have been a big target for hackers. They deal with a lot of sensitive information and a lot of money. It was 19-year-old Dutch teenager Olivier Begg who claimed the biggest prize. For his troubles, Begg was given 1 million frequent flyer miles. And considering that business or first-class tickets can cost around 25,000 miles, it's likely that Begg is still flying in style. Number 3. Polygon. Last year, the crypto market was worth more than $3 trillion, and there is plenty of money to go around. So when blockchain company Polygon offered a bug bounty, hackers paid attention. It was ultimately Gerhard Wagner who uncovered a flaw that threatened the entire company. He found a way to repeatedly double the amount withdrawn from the platform to get back much more than you put in. For example, if you deposited $4,500 and used Wagner's technique, you could withdraw $1 million. After Polygon double-checked Wagner's work, they agreed to give him the maximum payout, which was a whopping $2 million. That's not bad for a job that he said took him around 4 days. Number 2. Invitation only. Most of the bug bounties are open to the public, but sometimes companies like to keep it a little more exclusive. In 2021, Salesforce invited a select group of security researchers to try to help shore up their system, with great success. The results speak for themselves. Over 4,700 vulnerabilities were found, and Salesforce was so pleased that they paid out almost $3 million to ethical hackers for their hard work. Number 1. WORMHOLE. Up next is another blockchain company that changed one hacker's life forever. WORMHOLE is a blockchain bridge that allows Ethereum, Terra, and Binance Smart Chain to work together seamlessly. But this year has been anything but seamless. In February, a hacker exploited a vulnerability to steal $320 million worth of cryptocurrency. That's why the company decided to offer a bug bounty to try and tighten up their security. And just a month later, a security researcher directed them to a critical security flaw to claim the prize. For their work, the hacker was given a record-breaking $10 million. The hacker, Satya Aks, said that they were proud to lend a helping hand in solving a systematic threat to the ecosystem. With so many bug bounty payouts on offer, it might be time to dust off the programming books. But for now, we think we'll stick to making videos. And if you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel for more interesting content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.